For a spot in the NFC Championship game, this one is underway. His return starts at the 5. His return reaches that 34-yard line before he stopped. So their offense out now to get this game started. It's 1st and 10. Starting on the ground here with Barkley. And they catch up to him, but not until he's got a huge gain and a first down. They get 38 out of the play. And that's good for an Eagles first down.
Even with everything he racked up on that run, you could argue he deserved maybe a little bit more. That call was the perfect one to break for big yards. The only thing that saved the defense from a score was getting that contact to slow him down and eventually, finally, stop him.
Motioning him from the slot right. 1st and 10. Here's Hurts. Well, the pressure nearly got to him, but still a good play defensively as that one falls incomplete.
You know, when we were growing up in the backyard, we call them alligators. 1 alligator, 2 alligator, 3 alligator. He needed another alligator in order to get that ball off. Credit the defense for forcing the incompletion.
Couldn't connect on first. It's 2nd down. Option play. They give it to Barkley. And he's swallowed up in the middle. No gain on the run. That was Montez Sweat who took him down. No gain on the play, and they still need 10 now on 3rd down.
I know these DNs love to get to the quarterback. I know that sacks many times equals a bigger payday, but doing the dirty work, playing to run well, that's what the best of the ends do in this league.
On 3rd down, it's Hurts. He's on the move. He's running for it. They rip off a big chunk of field, and it sets him up with 1st and goal.
Obviously, a defense wants to take away all the reads and prevent any kind of big throw for the first down. Fine. Well, this QB, he'll just lower his head and gash the defense with one of the biggest runs of the game.
Hey, 73.
Working inside the red zone. And he has it in the end zone. Touchdown, Philadelphia. The Eagles take a 6-0 lead on their opening drive. Now Jake Elliott on to attempt the extra point. Right down the middle, it's good. And the Eagles will jump out to a 7-0 lead. Elliott's all set for the kickoff. Has this at the 6. And the return sets them up just beyond their own 20. Offense ready to begin this drive. 1st and 10. Coming out throwing is Williams. Defender arrives right as the ball does, and the hit knocks it free. Incomplete.
Well, that was almost one of those nice chunk plays you like to see in the NFL, Kate, before he was able to recover and provide the hit and ultimately dislodge the football. You like to see that physical edge and scrappiness to contest any kind of shot plays down the field.
Williams throwing again here on 2nd down. Pocket isn't holding up. They're able to drop it. And that pushes them back. 3rd down coming up.
Pretty clear here by these 2 play calls. The offense, they wanted to attack this secondary in the passing game. But this defense, well, they more than respond. It's got them in great shape to make a stand right here on third down and finish off a brisk 3 and out to begin the game.
Williams with third and long. He lets a heater go deep, middle of the field. They connect on the deep shot. Touchdown, Chicago! The Bears finish off their opening drive. So no mistaking that play call, Brock. They send everybody on deep goes, and it winds up paying off. What a play.
And you'd think on the other side, defensively, they'd be ready for this. But this is truly a breakdown in the secondary. They're just not able to make a play on the ball in the air. And the end result, as you said, a big play and a touchdown.
Taylor has it on the tee and is ready to send in flight. Fielded at the 7. And he manages the 35 before they can stop him. Eagles in a good spot here as they come up to the line. 1st and 10. Barkley on the shotgun handoff. And the plunge up the gut yields nothing there. Call it no gain on that run, and they face 2nd and 10.
Stopped right at the line, but might as well have been a loss of yards as far as the offense is concerned. It's always humbling when you try force versus force, and the defense wins out.
Got to him right as he threw it, and it falls to the ground.
And this is why scouts talk about a player's closing speed, Kate. You know, once he senses the pressure, he's getting rid of that ball. It takes a player who can close quickly to get to him before it's released. And that sure altered the throw.
Chased out to his right. And he's out of bounds past midfield. That's 16 on the pickup. And that's a Philadelphia 1st down. They'll go from the gun with Barkley. And he's only able to power this forward for about 3 yards.
You know, not a ton of yards, but still showing that commitment to the ground game. The type of run that keeps the defense from loading up in coverage and focusing entirely on that passing game.
On 2nd down, here's Barkley. Crosses the 35, room for more. And he heads out of bounds. Great pickup on that run. They get 18 yards out of it and a new set of downs. Still on the move, coming to the line for 1st and 10. Operating from the gun, here's Hurts. Working the sideline, that's Goddard. And he's out of bounds at the 3. Oh, nearly got to the end zone there. They rip off a big chunk of field, and it sets them up with 1st and goal. Oh, they're going to run the option to the short side. And he's in for the touchdown. The Eagles break the tie here in the 1st. Jalen Hurts with the touchdown. Elliott on now to attempt the point after. Extra point set right down the middle. And the Eagles take the lead here, 14-7 in the 1st. Elliott's all set for the kickoff. Here's a return from the 7. And he's going to make this to the 28 before going down. They'll get this drive started. 1st and 10. They run for the first time with a rookie from Clemson. Nice cut back to the right sideline. And they finally bring him down, but that is a big gain and a new set of downs. They get 28 out of that play. And that's a Chicago 1st down. One play in, and this drive is already into enemy territory. First down throw by Williams. Hits his running back. And that's good for a gain of 5. Brought down on the effort by Quinyon Mitchell.
Well, that's a pretty similar result to a first down run play. Moves it forward, keeps you on schedule, and makes second and third down a whole lot easier to manage.
Halfway to the marker, it's second and 5. From the gun, they go with McClellan. He gets forward, and that's about 4 yards. Brought down by Jalen Carter.
That is just a good, solid run right there. I know, it's pretty basic commentary, but sometimes football can be basic. It keeps you on schedule, that kind of yards per carry, and you move the sticks.
They go to McClellan again. Oh, he gets clobbered behind the line. A dose of the hurry-up offense here. Out of the pistol, Williams. He connects downfield on 4. And he has it down to the 8-yard line on the play. What a time to rip off that type of gain, huh? Gets him the first on 4th down. McClellan running behind center. And he's caught behind the line for a loss.
This is one of those plays that I wish we had the huddle mic'd up, Kate, because I can assure you that offensive line in their own way is telling that running back, sorry, we did not give you any chance.
Now here's Williams. He's got it. And he gets leveled just before he reaches the marker, and that hit prevents a first down. So now, here's 3rd and goal. He's going to keep this one. And he gets it on the sneak. Touchdown! The Bears get it down to a single point. Caleb Williams, the touchdown. He finds his way in on the sneak. That one right down the middle. And the Bears tie things up at 14. Taylor has it on the tee and is ready to send it flying. Return coming from the 6. And in the end, he's able to get it to what used to be a touchback. It's at the 25. Ready now for our second quarter. The Eagles have the football. They'll begin a new drive, 1st and 10.
63.
First down throwing for Hurts. He'll get this one to Brown. And he flips the field for them before being taken down.
You know, Ken, we often talk about flipping the field in special teams, right? A kick return, a good punt. Well, an explosive play like that does the exact same thing. Look at the difference in field position. By hitting on that shot, you've totally flipped the field and the tone of this drive.
And he's brought down for a loss.
I know they say it any time he comes up in an interview, but they appreciate having him on this defense so much, Kate, because of plays like that one. Those are great instincts. It takes instincts and want to come up and run support, and not many corners can make that stop.
The Bears close it in, and they'll get him. And that sack going to cost them some yardage.
Oh, you hate that. They've eaten up some good yardage on this drive, Kate, and you get down in the red zone, and this is where you really got to stay on schedule. Well, let's give some credit to this defense. They know the job they got to do. Got to knock you back and make this now red zone attempt that much more difficult.
Buckle up. It's 3rd and goal. Hurts now from the gun. This one's caught. And they bring him down at the 7-yard line.
Good luck defending that short yardage slant. Just not going to happen. There's a reason. This is a go-to play for just about any quarterback in every situation.
So on 4th down, on comes the Eagles kicker, Jake Elliott, for the try. A very short kick here from the right hash. The kick by Hopkins is good. And they've taken back the lead.
I never saw a play script that ended with a field goal. It was always a touchdown that you wanted. That's 3 points, and it's enough to give them the lead.
Elliott's all set for the kickoff. Fielded at the 7. And he's walloped just as he gets across the 25. What a hit. He's down shy of the 30. Drive starts out with a 1st and 10. Williams from the gun. Makes the grab in bounds left side. And they catch up to him, but not until he's got a huge gain and a 1st down. A pickup there of 39. And that's good for a Bears 1st down. They give to McClellan from the gun. And they bring him down at the 18-yard line. It's a 13-yard play, and that's enough for the 1st.
Offensive coordinators tell us all the time, big runs only happen with coordinated efforts. Great blocking to spring them. Guys hitting blocks downfield, and a back who can show off his wheels.
Underneath it goes, catch made by the running back. And the defense gets there to force a small loss.
I know coordinator and quarterback going to be upset with that 1st down because you call a screen on 1st, you're thinking stay ahead of schedule. Even a minimal gain to stay on pace, but instead, that defense creates a negative play and sets them back behind the sticks.
Here's 2nd and 11. Into a crowd and intercepted. Picked out by Quinyon Mitchell. And the Eagles are going to take over after his 9th interception of the season. Well, they were thinking at least a field goal on the drive if they couldn't reach the end zone, right? But the interception keeps them from even getting 3 out of this possession.
You really hope at the end of this game you don't look back and go, shoulda, woulda, coulda. If we could have gotten some points out of that drive early, we wouldn't be in the situation we are in now.
That play goes for 19 and a new set of downs. From the 39 now after that explosive start to this drive. 1st down, and they go right back to him. And he's caught behind the line for a loss.
Well, he was supposed to be the one who chipped away a few and got a new set of downs started right in rhythm. Instead, he's now forced to pick himself from behind the line thanks to a great effort defensively.
Hauled in by Lamb, right side. And the tackle's made just beyond midfield at the 48. Give him 13 on that play. And that's good for an Eagles 1st down.
Right. Hey, 73. Delta.
Shotgun snap for Hurts. He lets one fly deep downfield. Looking for Smith, but it's intercepted. And the Bears get a great return up close to their own 30 before they're able to drag him down. Well, Brock, if you like defense, you are loving what you're seeing right now. Consecutive drives that have ended in interceptions. It's become a real defensive battle.
Well, let's see here, kid. We got 1, we got 2. Do I hear a 3rd interception in a row? I'll tell you this right now. These defenders, they are squashing that thought that defenders are offensive guys with bad hands because they're making it happen, taking the ball away.
1st down, Williams. Escapes the pocket. Now he'll heave this one deep. Big gain downfield. Give him 32 on the play. And that's a Chicago 1st down.
One thing we don't have in football is we don't have that radar gun. But if we did, Kate, this is the kind of throw, when you throw it that deep outside the numbers, that requires a serious fastball, serious arm strength, and he just showed it off.
Breaks the tackle, still going. And he's brought down for a loss.
You know, that's so hard for me, Kate. That's the type of effort that deserves better when it comes to the results. It's going to show up as a negative run on the stat sheet, but that was not the runner's fault. He did all he could to fight to get back to the line, but this defense just kept swarming.
Working from the gun, Williams. He's on the move. It's the 2-minute warning now from the link. The Bears, with some work to do, trailing in this game. They have themselves another 1st and 10. Out of the gun, here's Williams. Caught near the goal line. Touchdown, Chicago. Great opportunity to find a touchdown there, Brock, and they come through with 6.
Receivers want the ball everywhere on the football field. But you start smelling the end zone, they really want their chance. And they will tell you as a quarterback, just give me an opportunity and I'll make a play. And he sure did.
That one splits the uprights. And the Bears take a 4-point lead. Taylor has it on the tee and is ready to send it flying. Here's a return from the 7. Tackle made as the return gets it out to the 32. They're out and set, 1st and 10.
No touch, set. Hey, easy, 63, 63. No touch.
Looking to throw here and shake off that previous INT. That's complete inside the 35-yard line. And he breaks into enemy territory before being stopped on a huge gain. 4 downs now to get in. Here's 1st and goal.
No touch, set. No touch.
From the red zone now. Avoid some trouble there. And they'll stand him up and sit him down at the line.
Look at the quarterback's eyes. He's looking. He's trying to find a lane of some kind, but there was nowhere to go. And he was lucky to get back to the line before that defense closed in.
Need better results here on 2nd and goal from the 10. Hurts. And he scores. It's a Philadelphia touchdown. The Eagles get some late points and the lead. It's a Devontae Smith touchdown. Point after added on by Elliott. And the Eagles push their lead to 3. Elliott's all set for the kickoff. Fielded at the 7. Big lick from the coverage team there. That's going to stop the return before it can get to the 30. And the drive will start out with a 1st and 10. Williams will look to throw. And that's going to be knocked away, incomplete. Could not beat the defender there. And it's going to be 2nd down.
I don't fault the look downfield at all. I mean, that's just a situation there where it's a better defensive play than the offense executed.
Williams throwing again here on second down. An all-around tough play for him. He took a shot on the release, and it definitely affected the throw. It's incomplete.
You know, that was a play, Kate, right there, where you need to buy your receivers just enough time to get open along their routes, and your quarterback enough time to find and hit him with the throw. Time? Well, that's not what he had. O-line couldn't hold up, and it forces the incompletion.
Last pass unsuccessful, and they have third down here. To throw, Williams. Taking a deep shot here. That one is incomplete. Couldn't hang on through the contact. Ball and defender arrived at the exact same time there. And they're going to be stuck with a 4th and long. On 4th down, it's Torrey Taylor on for the Bears to punt this away. And he's hoping for good results on his first look of the night. He sends this away, and oh, this is going to be a field flipper. Takes it in at the 21. It's a nice running on that return. He gets it up past the 35. Nice moves on the return. He gets 17 out of it. And the Eagles will take possession. New set of downs for him at the 38.
Great, set. Hey!
First and 10. Here's Hurts. This finds Smith. They get 22 on that one. And that's a Philadelphia first down.
You know, Kate, you'll find teams go to this crossing route concept sometimes a dozen times a game. A lot of times it's for shorter yardage, but sometimes things break in the right coverage for a much bigger impact play.
The ball's out. The ball's out. He lost it. Bears pick it up. Headed the other way.
You know, this just can't happen on first down. It really can't. I mean, ball security is at a premium on every down, every distance. But on first down, it is especially a killer.
They'll begin this drive with barely over 25 seconds left.
Let's go.
Williams to throw on first. He's going deep. Caught at the 20-yard line. And he's going to score. Touchdown, Chicago. The Bears take the lead just before halftime. I love plays like this, Brock. Sometimes you just got to ask your dude, show me what you got, man. Show off those wheels, and he did just that.
Yeah, beauty in simplicity, right?
Yep.
Now, when you run that fly route, you got to win right from the jump. And you got to protect yourself from the sideline, too. Don't get pushed to the boundary. Give your quarterback room to throw it up, and you can find pay dirt.
Taylor has it on the tee and is ready to send it flying. And no return as this bounces through the end zone for a touchback. They've got first down here, but just 18 seconds to work with. Yep, as expected, they go to the ground to start this one off. Makes a cut to the right sideline. And he is into the end zone for a Philadelphia touchdown. The Eagles take the lead just before halftime. Saquon Barkley, the touchdown. Extra point up and good by Elliott. And the Eagles push their lead to 3. Time left for maybe a return plus a play here as they send this away. Kickoff taken at the 3. Now bottle him up as he gets the return to the 30. All right, this is going to be the play that takes us to halftime. One final shot before halftime. Connects on the crosser. And they finally bring him down, but that is a big gain and a new set of downs. We've reached the midway point of this contest. 2 quarters down and an exciting 2 to go. The NFL on EA Sports returns after this. Welcome back, everybody. Kate Scott, Brock Heward with you as we're about set to begin the 3rd quarter. Somebody is going to the NFC Championship game from this one. Let's find out who as our second half gets underway. Return starts at the 3. And look at this return. They'll bring him down on the return as he gets this to the 33.
Well, that's exactly the way you want to come out of the locker room to begin the second half. And really, Kate, this 3rd phase of the game, the special teams, you just see the boost and the energy they can give to their team when they deliver a nice return to start this second half.
Ball at the 33 for first down. A handoff from McClellan running left. And the defense gets there to force a small loss.
I talked to a bunch of different GMs, Kate, especially around draft time, and they all say the same thing. Linebackers are so hard to find. It's hard to transition from the college game that's in so much space to this game where you've got to play in a phone booth, yet have that explosiveness to chase a play on the outside down like that linebacker just did.
Williams to throw. Pocket isn't holding up. They're able to drop it. Working quickly here. Third and long for him here. He's in trouble, and they bring him down again. And consecutive sacks have them staring at a tough 4th down. Chicago brings out the punting unit. And he wants to hit his second effort just as well as he hit his first. He broke 50 on his first punt and looks to have done the same here. So that one looked like it didn't make it to midfield, and yep, that's correct. They're marking it out beyond the 45, but short of the midfield logo. 1st and 10, ball set up at the 48.
Great, set. No touch.
Barkley trying this up the gut. And they'll manage to contain him after about a 6-yard pickup. Tyreek Stevenson getting up to track that one down. He managed 6 on the play, bringing up 2nd and 4.
No touch.
Takes off right out of the read option. Strong running inside the 30. They rip off a big chunk of field, and it sets him up with 1st and goal.
Hey, forget about it. Forget first down. For a moment, they were thinking touchdown on that play. What a time to deliver a breakaway run. And that puts a ton of momentum on their side for the next snap.
Oh, he taps it quick to the receiver coming across here. And they've got him behind the line for a big loss.
You know, when receivers have room to operate, that's a play that can totally gash a defense. But Kate, when you get down here in the red zone, it becomes so much tougher because you have a whole lot less space. And in fact, you'll see defenses swarm like that one just did.
And they bring him down at the 7-yard line.
That's a defense's goal, right, Kate? Just get us to 3rd down so we can have a chance to get off the field. And that was a good adjustment on that stop in particular, when the back ended up being the target, and they were able to keep him short of the sticks.
The shot to the end zone is incomplete. Took his shot at 6 that time. So now they're left with 4th and goal.
Well, that's one you chalk up to the pressure earning that incompletion. They came in before he could find a target, hit him, altered that last-second attempt to get rid of it.
The kick by Hopkins is good. And that'll double their lead to 6.
That's why they spend all the time on the practice field during the week. That kind of operation. Perfect rhythm, perfect timing, and a 2 for 2 for this kicker.
Here's a return from the 7. He's got a lane up past the 30. And the return sets them up just beyond their own 20. Offense ready to begin this drive. 1st and 10. Here's Williams. Throw right side hauled in by Komet. And he'll go down after pushing this up to the 29.
That is the epitome of staying on schedule. That kind of completion right there on 1st down. Well, it opens up the entirety of the playbook for 2nd down. 3rd and short in your back pocket. You can get even more aggressive and take that shot.
2nd and 3 now. They give to McClellan on the inside handoff. And they'll make the stop up at the 46-yard line. That one goes for 17 yards and moves the chains.
That right there, that will make the coaches happy. He didn't just get the 1st down, but got a healthy chunk of bonus yards afterwards.
1st down throw by Williams. Pass caught by Adunze. And they're going to haul him down just shy of the 40. A nice gain of 13 yards as it brings up a 1st down. Williams from the gun. Completed to his running back. And they catch up to him, but not until he's got a huge gain and a 1st down. They pick up 20 yards there. And that's good for a Bears 1st down. Now a handoff to McClellan. And he's going to make it down to the 15-yard line. Give him around 6. That's going to make it 2nd and 4.
I'm not kidding you, Kate. A run of that length at the NFL level, honestly, is the equivalent of a run of 15-plus at the high school level. It's hard in the run game to make yards, and they just got a very successful one.
This one's caught. And in for the Chicago touchdown. So he looks to and finds the big fella, and his tight end takes it in for 6.
Such a reliable weapon down in the red zone. You know, kind of reminds me like a point guard making an entry pass to that post player. When you trust your big people around you, and when a quarterback trusts his tight end like that, it makes a difference.
That one right down the middle, and they'll take the lead. Taylor has it on the tee and is ready to send it flying. Starting from the 5. And this will give them decent field position. The return gets out to the 30. First and 10 now from the 30.
No touch that. No touch.
Hurts to throw. Has him on the quick hitter. And what a hit there. Ouch, she faced the press for moving the chains that time.
That is what elite offenses are all about. Why worry about 3 downs when you need only 1? Move the chains in one play and keep driving that defense backwards.
Alpha, alpha, alpha. No touch.
On first down, Hurts. Ooh, he got hit as he was throwing, and unsurprisingly, it falls incomplete. Second down coming up.
Well, he needed another second to deliver the throw he wanted to. You got to give a lot of credit that time, Kate, to the pass rush for getting in and forcing him to dish it before he was ready.
Hurts trying again on second down. Goddard brings it in on the slant. And this is marked down right along that 40-yard line. That play gains 15, and it moves the sticks.
I'm sure Coach, the play caller, doesn't mind making the job a little bit easier. You know, play calling's a lot simpler and easier when you count on the offense to move the chains on those early downs.
First down, a run with Barkley. And the power play up the gut only results in 2 yards.
Okay, that's a run that's ho-hum on the stat sheet, but if you see a bigger play on the ground later on, it'll largely be because of a play just like that one, softening up the front and opening the door for a bigger gap in the future.
Operating from the gun, here's Hurts. A throw right side, caught by Goddard. And they finally bring him down, but that is a big gain and a new set of downs. They rip off a big chunk of field, and it sets him up with 1st and goal.
I think my favorite part was the magic he worked after the catch. The way he took the completion and made so much more out of it by adding all the extra yardage.
And he won't salvage that. It's a loss on the play.
These stops, they don't always make the end-of-game highlight reels, but they absolutely should. The coaches and players know it. Offenses are always counting on yards on that type of run. And anytime it results in a loss, it could be a potential drive killer.
Toward the side of the end zone, but that one's incomplete. That throw doesn't lead to 6. And now it'll be 3rd and goal.
Well, a fast enough break for the interception, but it was good enough and a good enough break to break on the ball, get a finger on it, and force the incompletion.
Hurts now on 3rd and goal. Oh, he loses the football. Bears pick it up, headed the other way. And they limit the damage on the return, but it is still a turnover.
Bears 35, Eagles 34.
They'll get this drive started. 1st and 10. Going left side, McClellan with it. And he's caught behind the line for a loss.
These edge defenders in the league today, Kate, they've got so much on their list to do. A huge to-do list. They got to get to the passer, they got to set an edge, and they got to stop that run game, not just on the end of the line, but in that case, right in the middle of the field.
Offense to the line for 2nd down. Now here's Williams. Setting up the screen. And he's tackled after gaining a handful.
Well, this is the type of game we've come to expect from him as a runner, toting the ball, but he's just as adept at turning the screen into the same kind of yardage, too.
Here they come. This is 3rd and 5. Working from the gun, Williams. Has it downfield, working the left. And they catch up to him, but not until he's got a huge gain and a 1st down. It goes for a 38-yard pickup. And that's a Chicago 1st down. Here's a handoff for McClellan. And he scampers ahead and gets 2 on the carry.
You know, they got some positive yards. That's a good thing. But too many plays like that, it just is too hard to pile together, get first downs against the better defenses in this league.
From the 47. Has his man, it's Odunze. And he's marked down, looks like at the 32-yard line. The end result there, 15 yards and a first.
Part of the reason I leave you pregame, Kate, and get down to that field and watch these guys throw and catch is I want to see their timing. I want to see their anticipation. That is picture perfect right there. A crossing route thrown that quickly tells me these two are on the same page.
And he sneaks this through the middle, maybe a gain of 2. Moving quickly, trying to get set again. From the 30 on second down. Throw came out right as the defense got to him. That's an incomplete pass.
That is a DB's best friend, pressure. That pressure earned that incompletion. They came in before he could find a target and hit him to alter that last-second attempt to get rid of it.
Looking to throw. They did it! He made the interception! And the Eagles have some new life in the fourth!
You know what this is, Kate? This is the practice field coming to life. Really on both sides of the ball. Right? You watch defensive coaches preach all the time, and they work on these returns to get to the near sideline, everybody to get a block. And then for those offensive players to show the effort to go chase that down so it's not a pick six, yeah, it stinks for the offense. But that was the practice field coming to life for everybody to see.
And they haul him down just a foot or two shy of the red zone. They'll come up 1st and 10. Shotgun snap for Hurts. He'll get this one to Brown. And he's able to get this down to the 13.
You know, Kate, over the years, I've heard defensive coordinators say, hey, you got to earn the right to rush the passer. You got to earn the right for me to call blitzes. And when you call a blitz and you don't get home and you don't hit the quarterback, you've earned nothing.
After a good pickup, they're set up with 2nd and short. Straight ahead, here's Barkley. And he'll pick up enough to move the chains.
That does not show up on any explosive stat sheet, but let me tell you, Kate, that's the real deal right there. You run for that kind of yardage consistently in the NFL, you do set yourself up for success.
So that brings us to the 2-minute warning in Philly. Eagles down by only 1. Now, they've certainly got the field goal in their back pocket, but they're going to try for the touchdown first here and goal to go. They're going to run with Barkley. And the defense is all over this one for a big loss. The Bears decide to call their first time out. And they still have 2 available for them as we approach the end of this game. Needing 10 yards now as they line up at 2nd and goal. They'll try again with Barkley. And he drives forward for a little, maybe to the 7. Timeout Chicago. It uses its 2nd. Still 1 more in their pocket to use. They've held him out twice. Here we go. 3rd and goal. Looking to throw it. On the move, headed right. And he'll go down shy of the end zone. They mark him at the 4. The Bears going to use their 3rd and final timeout, as they'll get together and discuss with 4th down coming up. A lot of pressure on this kick for Jake Elliott. This only a chip shot from the right hash. That one is good! And late in the 4th, they
getting his job done, Kate, drilling it right through. And now they're in position to win this game. Now it's on some of those guys who are out there with them on the kick, those defenders, to hang on to this lead to give them the win.
And a decent return ends as they bring him down inside the 30. Drive starts out with a 1st and 10. Back to throw. Try and push it deep downfield. Wide open downfield. Got it! They rip off a big chunk of field, and it sets them up with 1st and goal.
I try to remind you a time or two, Kate, that you always got to start your read from the secondary forward. You got to see what the safeties are doing. If you're going to throw a ball in the middle third, deep downfield like that, you have to have tremendous awareness of where those safeties were, and the QB just nailed it.
McClellan does not score. They not only stop him, they backed him up a couple of yards. The defense calls a timeout, so that's their first. As they'll meet and decide what to do on this 2nd down.
I know from the position of the quarterback, Kate, sometimes you hand that ball, you put it in the belly of the running back, and you send him right into the teeth of a buzzsaw. You can feel it from the jump, and that call from the defense, it came at the perfect time.
And he's not going to reach the end zone. They bring him down at the 1. Philadelphia going to spend its 2nd timeout. So now, here's 3rd and goal. He has it on the QB sneak. And he gets in. Touchdown. The Bears jump in front late. Caleb Williams, the touchdown. On a quarterback sneak to the end zone. That one splits the uprights. And the Bears jump in front now by 5. Taylor has it on the tee and is ready to send it flying. Has this at the 6. He's popped at the end of that one. Painful end to a real solid return there. First and 10 now from the 30. Running back sent in motion. He'll look to throw it. Short pass brought in. That play gains 15, and it moves the sticks.
I love throwing on 1st down. And when you see a 1st down pass just like that, it's taking advantage of a matchup you plan for, and you go out and execute.
Motion man right is Smith. Setting up to pass. Makes the grab in bounds left side. And they finally bring him down, but that is a big gain and a new set of downs. Here he is to throw. Buys time, rolling right. And he's just going to get rid of this one. Smart move there. When you saw the field, it's going to be 2nd down.
Look at how well the coverage held up on that play. Even as the QB escapes the pocket and buys extra time secondary, well, they got real sticky, stay tight, and force the throw away.
Hurts throwing again. 4-step, and they got there in time. He's taken down. The Eagles decide to spend their 3rd and final timeout. And now they're powerless to stop that clock with a timeout at least. Let's see what they went with on 3rd down. Throwing now. Complete beyond the marker. And able to get this down to the 15 before going out. What a play on 3rd and 13, and this drive will indeed continue.
I may love watching a great thrower, but I love watching a well-done route too, Kate. Make that guy think you're trying to stack him only to drop your hips and cut right inside. Some good work to help reset those chains.
Chased out to his right. Now he takes it. Oh, no, he lost control of another one. And out of bounds inside the 5. Ooh, the sideline saves him there. Well, nearly the end of that series, partner. You could almost see those players rooting for the ball to bounce across that sideline before a defender made the recovery.
Yeah, sometimes that sideline's a player's worst enemy, but sometimes it could be their best friend, and this is one of those times where that best friend delivered.
Pick up a few as he heads out of bounds. They get 2 on the play, and now they've got 1st and goal.
Excellent job by the quarterback to get away from trouble. Get a solid gain, get the 1st down, and get yourself out of bounds. Not exactly the way you draw it up, but no one's coming away disappointed by that end result.
Hurts now from the gun. And he's in, and that's a touchdown. And with almost no time left, he just likely won them this game. Clutch score there, Brock, as they take the lead here in the final minutes.
Incredible execution. The moment not too big for any of them, and Kate, they cashed in when it really mattered.
Elliott on now to attempt the point after. The extra point is up and good. A little surprising they wouldn't go for 2 and that field goal lead, Brock. So now the advantage is 2 here late. Elliott's all set for the kickoff. And no return here, and this is a touchback, and the ball's going to come out to the 20. They're out and set, 1st and 10. One final shot here. A bit of desperation on this deep shot. This is brought in at the 15. And what a play. He scores. They get to the end zone on the final snap, and the huge moment wins them the game. For students of this incredible game, Brock, they'll know just how incredible a finish we all just witnessed. Very rarely does a game end on a walk-off touchdown, and even rarer does it happen on that type of home run play.
Yeah, these fans, they came here hoping for a good game, and they got a great one. They were all just treated to what you and I were treated to, one of the most memorable finishes we've ever called.
So the Bears take this one on the road. And they pulled off the rare and elusive road win in the postseason, which means their journey stays alive another week as they head to the conference championship, where they're going to get a shot to punch their ticket to the Super Bowl. So for Brock Heward, everyone here on our great crew, I'm Kate Scott, and this has been the NFL on EA Sports. The Bears winners as we say so long from Philadelphia.